I get a lot of requests and questions as far as when should I push my gear, what kind of gear should I have on them, should I have purple gear, should I have gold or orange gear, what is a good time for me to switch over to my next squad, when should I start building out my next squad, and as I tell everyone who I talk to, whatever level you're at, it really depends what game are you playing. You have to understand that you're playing your own game. You can't compare yourself to what a whale is spending. You can't compare to yourself to what someone higher is spending because you have to compare yourself to what you're doing. So that's why I always say it has to be what your goals and what you expect out of this game, right? If you think that you're going to uh, become this like miraculous whale and not spend, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, it's just realism. I'm just trying to help you guys out. If you spend a medium amount, it's different. You spend a low amount, it's different. Or you're free to play, it's completely different, right? So, I don't know if I have any gear to show you as far as purple, but this came up. One of my members asked me, how can I get my stuff better? So, obviously, we can see here, this is what the gear does. Um, it does do a little bit on the monsters, but at this point, depending where you are, we're currently in season one. We're going on 3 weeks. This gear makes no, it doesn't really serve a purpose anymore in my eyes. You get that bonus. You're going majority of the time. You're going against player versus player, right? So your goal is to build out your first squad. For example, here or here or here or whatever you have. Your goal is to build out your first squad, right? My goal is not to focus about monsters because if you're going against monsters, yeah, that 2% might help you, but majority of the time you're not. You're going against other players. You're going in versus here. You're going in um, versus in Buster Day and things like that, and Desert Storm. That purple gear is not helping you there. It's not giving you an advantage. It's not doing anything for you besides monsters. And yes, I get it. Yes, you can make a squad that does it. I don't. I I really don't care for that. My goal is to make my first squad as strong as I can. The other question I get is, when do I switch to my next squad? When do I go to the next one? Everyone's in a rush to do that. What I would say, free to play players, you already know my answer. It's going to be no. You're not switching to a second squad until all your squads, for example, are like this for your second squad. This is for your first, but this is just giving an example. I'd want to have everything to 40. So my first squad, I want to get everything there, and then I would start to build up whatever my gear is. Free to play, I would focus on your first squad. Low spenders, I would wait till you get there and you start building out the squads. And then my medium to high spenders, I would start to build out my second one once I get my squads good enough. So, for example, if I'm not able to buy red prints for my budget, my goal should be 4 stars with my red gun, and then I want to work on my front heroes here, and I'm okay with the 4 if your budget doesn't allow you to get the red. If your budget does allow you to get you red gear, then obviously focus on that and getting the pieces done. So my next one is going to be Murphy's radar because his weapon comes next. Um, and again, as I stated before, I am doing a program and just rolled out something for one-on-one, as well as I do guides, which is all this is included in there. This is just a chunk that I wanted to come and bring and give you guys, my thoughts on it and try to improve the areas that I think a lot of people try to do. And like I said, the purple gear is great for monsters in the beginning of the game, but as you progress, you don't want to use skill points and all this stuff to go and increase this when it's not going to help you on the most important stuff that you're doing, like versus or other things like that. So I would say, like I said, stay away from there. And as far as pushing, until you have everything to 40, you're starting to push, railgun to 4 stars or your defensive heroes to 4 stars. Focus on one, because if you get too sidetracked and you start doing that, you're spreading yourself too thin. And that's the other thing too. Like if you're low on your regular blueprints and you have everyone the 40 and you can't go any further, then start to work on your second squad. That would make more sense. But I'm not going to go from here and then go all the way to my second one if none of my other first squad's done. Because unless you're, like I said, a large spender, my advice to you is going to be different. Um, Again, I don't have enough time to go through everything on the video, but just a prime example, if you're a large spender, $1,000 or more, this advice is going to be a lot different than someone who's spending $200 to $300 a month, because 200 to 300, you depending on what you want to do and how far you want to grow, you could buy in the Glory Market 10 red prints, and that's one set of red gear on someone. Where if you're lower than that, you're $100, $200 a month, you're not doing that. That's your whole budget. Same thing with the $200 to $300. I'm not buying that. You could do it in spurts or whatever the case may be. So really, this advice is more geared towards you have to know where you are. If you're not a real spender, but like a large spender, but you want to get the results they get, you have to start spending that. Otherwise, it doesn't apply to you. So really take that in. Like I said, if you like these videos or you have ideas for ones in the future, you can hit me up on Twitch, Discord, or in the game. Again, if you're looking for more advice or want to go a deeper dive into topics such as this or other ones in the game, and you're unfamiliar with certain things, reach out to me. Like I said, I've done guides and other things and programs that are strictly for certain levels of players, and I try to do everything I can to help them. So, like I said, if you also want to donate, reach out to me on any of those platforms. Like I told you, all the videos are currently updated on YouTube and upload it. So if you have any other questions, just feel free to reach out, guys. All right. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.